Hello students, now I am going to discuss question number 16 which has been asked in GS paper 2 in mains 2023, and this question is talking about the structure of the committee system in India, and in a specific reference it is asking that how far do you think that the financial committee has helped in institutionalization of the Indian Parliament. So basically in this question, there are two areas that we will have to understand and we will have to address. So now how we can introduce this question? In introduction, what you can do, you can simply mention that the Indian Constitution has mentioned parliamentary committees many times in the Constitution, but their composition, tenure, function has not been discussed elaborately. Even after that, the parliamentary committees is considered as the mini parliament because of its significance in establishing the accountability of executive. So basically in the introduction, you can highlight the crux of the parliamentary committee. Now after that, you will have to mention the structure. You will have to mention the structure. So now with respect to the structure, you can simply mention that the committees are of two types, that is the standing committee and then ad hoc committee. Under the standing committee, you can mention financial committee. Under the financial committee, you can mention PSC, estimates committee, and committee on public undertaking. And I know that there is, or basically you will have to manage your space also. So you can simply say that PSC 22 members, 15 and 7, 15 from Lok Sabha and 7 from the Rajya Sabha. Same with the Public Undertaking Committee and Estimate Committee, there are 30 members. We can use the bracket while highlighting the composition of PSC in the front of wherever you are writing the PSC, Estimates Committee and Committee on Public Undertaking. Then you can mention about the departmental related standing committee. You can say 24 are there, 16 works under Lok Sabha, 8 works under the Rajya Sabha. Then you can say that we have committee to inquire, and under this there are 3 committee. I know that you cannot write all the committee, so you can simply say example committee on petition and committee on privilege. So whatever comes in your mind at the time of examination, you can mention it. Even if you are mentioning one committee, then also it is more than enough. Then you can mention that we have committee to scrutinize and control, and under this there are 6 committee. Example, committee on the welfare of SC and ST. Likewise, you can mention that there is a committee on day-to-day business, and then simply you can mention example, library committee or the housekeeping committee, like this. After mentioning the structure of the parliamentary system, you have addressed this particular part. Now the question arises that how to substantiate the another part. How far have the financial committee? Simply you can say that first of all you will write the subheading, that is the financial committee helped in institutionalization, like this, and then you will mention the very first thing, that is establishing financial accountability. And then what you can do, that you can highlight that the Commonwealth Games, the corruption in the Commonwealth Games have been highlighted by the PSC committee. Then you can highlight about the delay in the projects. So obviously whenever delay in the project, the question will be asked in the parliament, and therefore Committee on Public Undertaking has analyzed the working of National Highway Authority of India and has said that National Highway Authority of India should start the work only when 80% of the land has been acquired by government. Otherwise, there is an unnecessary delay in the execution of project. Then it is also about saving the cost, or making, you can simply say, that is to increasing financial efficiency. And then you can mention the estimates committee working on that why the cost of our uranium is more than the imported uranium, and then has suggested that what can be done. Then you can mention that the composition of the parliamentary committee is such that the opposition member also have their say or voice in these committees. After that, what you can do, you can mention that there are issues with these particular committees also. For example, if I will have to talk about the issue with these particular committees, the very first issue that I can highlight, that they are doing post-mortem exercise. That is, once the work has been done by the government, once the expenditure has been done by the government, then they are auditing it, the very first problem. Then their recommendation is not binding on the government. Third, they cannot question the policy of the government. These are the major problems that they have. At the same time, you will see that the PSC committee have the duration of 1 year. Now a common mind or the rational mind can understand how the person can have an expertise in understanding the CAG report if they are working in a committee for only 1 year. So there is a question on the efficiency of the PSC committee also. Now after mentioning this, in the conclusion, you can simply mention NCRWC. Actually, NCRWC has highlighted that it's very important that the important bills should go to the committee, and then only we can ensure the accountability in the correct sense. And then what we can do, we can say that these committees are conscience keepers. These committees are conscience keepers because the representation is in the parliament undoubtedly. But whenever we look at the parliament that the representatives will do their best for the welfare of the people, these committees will help them in doing their activities, in doing their, or in, you can say, in fulfilling their responsibilities. So in this way, you can conclude your answer also. So that's all with respect to the discussion on this particular question. I hope you are understanding that how to address the question in a compartmentalized manner. That is introduction, then body, and then how the body should be segregated into the subparts, and then conclusion may you will have to highlight some of the reports. Then only examiner will give you good marks. Thank you to everybody.